Jonathan Brown grew up in a secular American home. Religion was not a big part of his life. He was a curious and intelligent young man, drawn to knowledge and exploration. He had a thirst for understanding the world around him. Little did he know his path would lead him to a profound spiritual awakening. Jonathan's journey began at Georgetown University. He enrolled in a class on Islamic civilization. This class sparked an unexpected interest within him. The history and teachings of Islam resonated with him. He felt a pull towards this unfamiliar faith. It was a feeling he couldn't ignore. The class on Islamic civilization opened Jonathan's eyes to a new world. It was a world filled with rich traditions, profound philosophies, and a history that spanned centuries. He was fascinated by the rich history and culture of Islam, the intricate designs of Islamic art, the grandeur of its architecture, and the depth of its literature captivated him. The more he learned, the more he realized how much he didn't know. Each book he read, each lecture he attended only deepened his thirst for knowledge. His curiosity grew with each passing day. He found himself constantly pondering over the teachings and the historical events that shaped the Islamic world. He felt compelled to delve deeper into this faith that had captivated his mind. The more he studied, the more he felt a connection to the stories and the people of the Islamic civilization. Jonathan's professor, a renowned scholar of Islam, noticed his student's interest. He saw the spark in Jonathan's eyes and recognized the potential for a deeper understanding. He encouraged Jonathan to explore the faith further. He suggested various books, documentaries, and even online courses that could provide more insights. He suggested that Jonathan travel to Muslim-majority countries. Experiencing the culture firsthand, he believed, would offer a perspective that books and lectures could not. The professor believed that experiencing Islam firsthand would be invaluable. Walking through the streets, visiting the mosques, and engaging with the local people would provide a deeper understanding. Jonathan took his professor's advice to heart. He began planning his journey meticulously, researching the best places to visit and the most significant historical sites. He decided to embark on a journey of discovery. This was not just a trip, it was a quest for knowledge and understanding. He would travel to Europe and Morocco. These places, with their rich Islamic heritage, were perfect for his exploration. His goal was to immerse himself in Islamic culture and meet Muslim scholars. He wanted to hear their stories, understand their perspectives, and learn from their experiences. This trip would prove to be a turning point in his life. It was a journey that would not only broaden his horizons, but also transform his understanding of the world. Jonathan's travels took him first to Europe. He visited historic libraries and mosques. He met with Islamic scholars and learned about their perspectives. He was struck by the intellectual depth and spiritual richness of Islam. He began to see the world through a new lens. From Europe, Jonathan ventured to Morocco. He was captivated by the beauty and vibrancy of Moroccan culture. He spent hours in the ancient city of Fez, wandering through its bustling markets and serene mosques. He engaged in deep conversations with local scholars. Jonathan's experiences in Morocco left an indelible mark on him. He was deeply moved by the hospitality and generosity of the Moroccan people. He was inspired by their deep faith and commitment to their values. In Morocco, Jonathan had the opportunity to interact with Muslims from all walks of life. The vibrant streets were filled with the sounds of daily life, and Jonathan found himself immersed in the rich culture and traditions of the Moroccan people. He met scholars who shared their deep knowledge of Islamic teachings, students who were eager to learn and discuss, shopkeepers who welcomed him with open arms, and families who invited him into their homes, offering him a glimpse into their daily lives and traditions. He was touched by their kindness, their generosity, and the warmth with which they treated a stranger. The hospitality he experienced was unlike anything he had ever known, and their strong sense of community. He attended community events where he saw firsthand the unity and support that bound the people together. He began to see Islam not just as a religion, but as a way of life that permeated every aspect of their existence. The daily prayers, the communal gatherings, and the shared values all painted a picture of a deeply interconnected society. But as a way of life, the traditions, the rituals, and the cultural practices all intertwined to create a unique and beautiful tapestry of faith and community. One particular encounter had a profound impact on Jonathan. It was a moment that would stay with him forever. He met an elderly scholar in a mosque in Marrakesh. The scholar's presence was calming, and his words were filled with wisdom and insight. The scholar spoke about Islam with such eloquence and wisdom that Jonathan felt a deep sense of peace wash over him. It was as if the scholar's words were unlocking something within him, something he had been searching for. It was during this encounter that Jonathan began to seriously consider converting to Islam. The teachings resonated with him on a profound level, and he felt a connection to the faith that he had never experienced before. Jonathan returned from his travels a changed man. The experiences and encounters he had in Morocco had left an indelible mark on his soul. He was no longer the skeptical young student who had first stepped into that Islamic civilization class. His journey had transformed him, opening his eyes to new perspectives and possibilities. He had found something in Islam that resonated deeply within him. The teachings, the sense of community, and the spiritual depth all spoke to him in a way that nothing else had. He had found a faith that offered him meaning, purpose, and a sense of direction in his life. The prayers, the rituals, and the sense of belonging all contributed to a newfound sense of peace and fulfillment, and a sense of belonging. Jonathan had discovered a community that welcomed him with open arms and a faith that provided him with a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him. Section 5. Embracing the Prophet's Path. Back in the United States, Jonathan continued to study Islam with great dedication and curiosity. He was particularly drawn to the life and teachings of Prophet Muhammad, finding them to be a source of immense wisdom and guidance. He found the Prophet's story to be deeply inspiring, a beacon of light in his quest for spiritual truth. He admired the Prophet's compassion, humility, and unwavering commitment to justice, qualities that resonated deeply with his own values. Jonathan was moved by the Prophet's message of peace, equality, and social justice, seeing in it a blueprint for a better world. He saw in Islam a faith that addressed the needs of both the individual and the community, offering a balanced approach to life. He was convinced that Islam held the key to a more just and compassionate world, a world where everyone could live in harmony. After much reflection and prayer, Jonathan made the decision to embrace Islam, feeling a deep sense of peace and certainty. He converted in a small ceremony at a mosque in Washington, D.C., surrounded by a few close friends and members of the community. It was a moment of profound joy and spiritual fulfillment for him, a culmination of his long and thoughtful journey. He had finally found the path that he was meant to be on, a path that brought him closer to his true self and to the divine. Section 6. Finding his place in Islam. Jonathan's conversion to Islam marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. He immersed himself in Islamic studies. He learned Arabic so he could read the Quran in its original language. He studied Islamic law, philosophy, and history. He was particularly drawn to the study of Hadith. Hadith are the collected sayings and traditions of Prophet Muhammad. They provide guidance on how Muslims should live their lives. Jonathan believed that understanding Hadith was essential to understanding Islam. Jonathan's passion for Islamic studies led him to pursue a PhD. He wanted to dedicate his life to scholarship and to sharing his knowledge of Islam with others. He believed that education was key to breaking down stereotypes and promoting understanding between Muslims and non-Muslims. Section 7. Defending the tradition. Jonathan's academic work focused on defending the authenticity of Hadith. Some Western scholars had questioned the reliability of Hadith. They argued that Hadith were not a reliable source of information about the Prophet's life. Jonathan challenged these claims. He argued that Western scholars had misunderstood the methods used by Muslim scholars to preserve and transmit Hadith. He demonstrated that Hadith were a reliable source of information about the Prophet's life and teachings. Jonathan's work earned him recognition as a leading scholar of Hadith. He published numerous books and articles on the topic. He became a sought-after speaker at universities and conferences around the world. Section 8. A bridge between worlds. Jonathan saw himself as a bridge between the Muslim world and the West. He believed that it was important for Muslims and non-Muslims to understand each other. He used his scholarship to promote dialogue and understanding between different cultures and faiths. He was a vocal critic of Islamophobia and discrimination against Muslims. He spoke out against the demonization of Islam in the media. He advocated for the rights of Muslims in the United States and around the world. Jonathan's work was not without its challenges. He faced criticism from both Muslims and non-Muslims. Some Muslims questioned his interpretations of Islamic teachings. Some non-Muslims accused him of being an apologist for Islam. Section 9. A Legacy of Understanding. Despite these challenges, Jonathan remained committed to his work. He believed that it was more important than ever to promote understanding and respect between Muslims and non-Muslims. He continued to write, teach, and speak out against injustice until his passing. Jonathan Brown's journey from skepticism to faith is an inspiration to us all. His story reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge can lead to unexpected places. It highlights the transformative power of faith and the importance of intercultural understanding. Jonathan Brown left behind a legacy of scholarship, compassion, and unwavering commitment to justice. His work continues to inspire people around the world to learn more about Islam and to build bridges of understanding between different cultures. Jonathan Brown sees a problem. Muslims, divided, scattered, weakened. He observes the fragmentation within the community, a fragmentation that has grown over time. This division is not just a minor issue, it is a significant barrier to progress and unity. We are a faith of over 1 billion, yet we struggle to find common ground. Despite our vast numbers, the unity that should be our strength often eludes us. We gather in large numbers for prayers, festivals, and community events, but the underlying divisions remain. We bicker over interpretations, cultural nuances, and political ideologies. These debates, while sometimes healthy, often lead to deeper rifts. The differences in our cultural practices and political views should enrich our community, but instead, they often become points of contention. This division, Brown argues, prevents us from achieving our true potential. When we are divided, our efforts are diluted. We miss out on the collective strength that comes from working together towards common goals. Our potential to make a significant impact on the world is hindered. It hinders our ability to address the challenges facing our communities and the world, from healthcare to education, from social justice to economic development. Our divided state makes it difficult to tackle these issues effectively. The talents and resources within our community are vast, but they are not being utilized to their fullest potential. It's time for a change. The dawn of a new era is upon us, and with it comes the opportunity to redefine our path. We must rise above our differences and come together as one. The time has come to embrace unity and work towards a common future. Brown's message is a call to action, a plea for unity and understanding. He speaks with passion and conviction, urging us to see beyond our individual perspectives. His words are a reminder that our strength lies in our unity, not in our divisions. He challenges us to look beyond our differences and recognize the shared values that bind us. Our faith, our compassion, our desire for peace and justice, these are the values that unite us. By focusing on what we have in common, we can build a stronger, more cohesive community. It's a message that resonates deeply in a world rife with conflict and division. In these times of global unrest, Brown's call for unity is more relevant than ever. It is a beacon of hope, a reminder that together we can overcome any challenge. We must answer this call, not just for ourselves, but for the generations to come. The future of our community depends on the actions we take today. By embracing unity, we can create a better world for our children and grandchildren. It is our responsibility to pave the way for a brighter, more united future. We magnify the small stuff, Sunni or Shia, Barelvi or Deobandi. These labels become walls. They create divisions where there should be unity, fostering misunderstandings and conflicts. These labels, while significant in their own contexts, often overshadow the larger picture of our shared faith and values. We forget our shared heritage, the Quran and the Prophet's teachings. The Quran, a divine revelation, is a common thread that binds us all. The teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, offer guidance that transcends these divisions, reminding us of the core principles of Islam. These differences, often rooted in history and interpretation, pale compared to the vast common ground we share. Our history is rich with examples of collaboration and mutual respect among scholars of different schools of thought. The intellectual legacy of Islamic civilization is a testament to the strength that comes from unity. We are united by our faith, our values, and our aspirations. When we come together in prayer, we stand shoulder to shoulder, symbolizing our unity and equality before God. Our community gatherings and acts of solidarity reflect our shared commitment to these values. We believe in one God, the importance of justice, and the pursuit of righteousness. Justice is a cornerstone of our faith, guiding our actions and interactions. It is through justice that we can create a fair and equitable society, and the pursuit of knowledge. Knowledge is highly valued in Islam, seen as a means to understand the world and improve it. Our tradition of scholarship and learning is a source of pride and a unifying factor. We strive for a world free from oppression, where everyone can live with dignity and respect. Our faith calls us to stand against injustice and to support those in need. Acts of charity and community service are expressions of this commitment, where peace and compassion prevail. We are encouraged to engage in dialogue and build bridges with others, fostering understanding and harmony. Compassion is at the heart of our interactions, guiding us to treat others with kindness and empathy. These shared principles should be the foundation for a united Muslim world. By focusing on what unites us rather than what divides us, we can build a stronger, more cohesive community. Our diversity should be a source of strength, not division, as we work together towards common goals and a brighter future for all. How do we bridge this divide? Dialogue is key. We need open and honest conversations, spaces where different perspectives can be shared and understood. Education is crucial. Let's teach our children about the richness and diversity within Islam, fostering respect and empathy for different interpretations. Collaboration is essential. Let's work together on issues that affect us all, from poverty and injustice to climate change and Islamophobia. By focusing on our shared challenges, we can build bridges of understanding and create a more just and equitable world for everyone. History offers glimmers of hope. Remember the Mughal Empire's golden age? Art and science flourished, different faiths coexisted, or the intellectual vibrancy of Baghdad's House of Wisdom. Scholars from across the world gathered, translating texts, pushing the boundaries of knowledge. These examples show us what's possible when Muslims unite. We can achieve great things when we embrace our diversity, celebrate our shared heritage, and work together towards a common goal. Section 5. A force for good, envisioning a united Muslim world. Imagine a world where Muslim countries stand united, a powerful voice on the global stage advocating for peace, justice, and human rights. A united Muslim world could challenge Islamophobia, combat extremism, and promote understanding and tolerance. We could pool our resources to tackle poverty, disease, and illiteracy. We could become a beacon of hope, inspiring others to build a more just and compassionate world. This is the potential of a united Muslim Ummah. Section 6. The Power of One. Jonathan Brown's Journey of Understanding. Jonathan Brown's own journey is inspiring. He converted to Islam, drawn to its message of peace and justice. He immersed himself in Islamic studies, becoming a leading scholar. Brown's story reminds us that understanding faith can be a powerful catalyst for action. He shows us that true faith is not about blind adherence, but about seeking knowledge, asking questions, and striving to live a life that reflects our values. This pursuit of understanding led him to champion unity and challenge injustice. Section 7. From Faith to Action, Embracing Truth, Justice, and Compassion. Brown's message is clear. Faith without action is meaningless. We can't just talk about unity, we have to live it. We must challenge injustice wherever we see it, whether in our own communities or on the global stage. Let's fight for the rights of the oppressed, speak out against Islamophobia, and work towards a world where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. This is how we embody the true spirit of Islam. Section 8. The Quest for Knowledge. A catalyst for change. Knowledge is power. It allows us to challenge stereotypes, dismantle prejudices, and build bridges of understanding. We must continue to learn about our own faith, engaging with different interpretations and perspectives. Let's also educate ourselves about other cultures and religions, promoting dialogue and understanding. Knowledge is the key to breaking down barriers and building a more inclusive and harmonious world. Section 9. A call to action, building a brighter future together. In a world that often feels divided, it's more important than ever to come together and work towards a common goal. This chapter is a rallying cry for unity, a reminder that we are stronger together than we are apart. Jonathan Brown's vision is a call to action. He believes that by uniting our efforts, we can overcome the challenges that face us. His message is clear. We must rise above our differences and embrace our shared humanity. It's a challenge to rise above our differences, embrace our shared humanity, and work together to create a better future. It won't be easy. There will be obstacles and setbacks, but the journey is worth it. By coming together, we can achieve things that we could never accomplish alone. Building unity takes time, effort, and a willingness to listen and learn from each other. It requires patience and understanding, as well as a commitment to open and honest communication. We must be willing to put in the work, to reach out to those who are different from us, and to find common ground. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we come together, we create a sense of community and belonging. We build relationships that are based on mutual respect and trust. We find joy in our shared successes and support each other through our struggles. A united Muslim world can be a powerful force for good, promoting peace, justice, and understanding. By working together, we can address the issues that affect our communities and make a positive impact on the world. We can be a beacon of hope and a model of what is possible when we come together in unity. Let's answer Brown's call and work together to make this vision a reality. Let's commit to building a brighter future, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. Let's take action, not just in words, but in deeds. Let's be the change we want to see in the world. The time for action is now. We cannot afford to wait. The challenges we face are urgent, and the need for unity is greater than ever. Let's come together, rise above our